Okay, I'm back. We're going to do the Piper attack. So we do have a support card, which is Reinforced Battle, which I find very interesting because I think that's going to make this battle happen. I don't know if I'm... So that's the thing with the rules. It doesn't say per se, you know, do I do the Reinforced Battle before I calculate the situational strength or after? I think it's after. So after calculating the situational strength, they do want to do the attack. Now they're going to do a reinforced battle. So here it says select one active or inactive stack that did not move or attack that could reach the combat in a single movement and participate. You have to obey stacking limits. Units eligible reinforced battle if in the same army as at least one of the units. And army is a very loose thing. I mean, that's the entire 6th Army, right? If more than one can reach there, choose the one that will not be attacking across a river. Then the stack that will cause an unsurrounded to become surrounded. Then the stack with the lowest numbered unit. Units that reinforce a German attack do not advance after combat. So that's an important thing to remember. So, yeah, we're going to, I mean, for sure we're going to attack, and then we're going to have a reinforced battle. So that reinforced battle is going to go into the discard pile. It does count as a combat tactic for the chit draw. So we have a super awesome stack here. But the problem is there's nowhere for them to move to that would not violate stacking limits. These guys are already at their stacking limit because they have 5 pips. They can only take 1 more pip. I can obviously take a bracketed unit, but that bracketed unit, actually it could move there because it could go ding ding like that, but so what would we do? This one could take 2 units, so I can take 2 units out of the stack. Can I? I'm wondering, can I just take 2 units out of the stack, or do I have to take the whole stack? I'm assuming I can just take 2 units out of the stack. I would pick these units back here because there's, you know, more pips of them. So if I move these 2 units up, so now we just got 10 more strength added to the 9 that. So it's 19 to 3 now. That's a lot better odds. Heck, that's 3 times 6. That's 6 to 1 odds. Okay, now we're cooking with Pam for at least the Germans. Okay, so let's resolve the attack now. All right, we have to draw a German card. And they got assault coordination. Oh no. Assault coordination. I think we're actually going to be, no, we're not going to be okay. That's going to add the other unit that didn't attack. Oh my gosh. Assault coordination. All friendly units adjacent to the enemy unit participate in attack even if not activated. Yep. So there is 1 unit that was, it was the unit that was stacked with the Piper unit. He was not active, now he is. So they just went from 19 to 22 strength to 3. So that's now 7 to 1 odds. Ooh. Okay, so we have 2 minimum, but the minimum doesn't matter in this case. He's attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more for elite is 6. 1 more for 3 pips is 7. And then 2 more because of 2 combat tactics is 9. So 5, 6, 7. And where did my poker chips go? Why do I not have any poker chips here? Okay, I grabbed a few more. So I calculated 9. Now the Germans always grab maximum chits, so they're just going to draw up 9. And I'm just going to set this aside for now. And let's grab 9 of them and see how this slaughter turns out. And all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I drew 9 exactly. Holy cow. Okay. So looking at our situation, there's not dispersed or unsupplied. Do we have IP crossfire? We do not have an improved position, so this is out. Is the defender elite? Yes, it is. And that takes priority. Let me zoom in a little for you. All right, is the attacker elite? It is, but the other side is true. The attacker green. Ooh, do they have any green? I don't think they do. Nope. The attacker is elite, so that applies. Is it in woods or broken? It is in broken. So D-1. Attacker artillery, no. Defender artillery, no. Clear, woods, forest, or city. It's none of those. Less than 4 to 1, greater than 4 to 1, greater than 2 to 1. Defender is green, defender is elite. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just for understanding purposes, we're in a town, so we cancel a hit. So this goes away. Okay, this cancels 2 more hits. So that cancels both of these. So we take 1 hit. And that would cause us to retreat. Or we could just take the hit. I would choose to retreat. And I'm going to retreat to the VP hex, like so. So we took our 1 hit. But here's the glorious part. He's taking 1, 2, 3 hits. And we canceled a whole bunch of hits. That was quite impressive, in fact. Okay, so he's taking 3 hits. And so I'm going to look real quick. His first hit's going to be a step loss. Assigning hits to attacking German units. You can see right there. First hit is a step loss. Okay, and then the second hit, well, let's do the first hit first. Remember, it was going to be a 4-pip unit, tops, and then it's going to be for a 2 and a 3, it's whichever has the highest steps. So this is 5 steps, this is 6. So then here, it's going to be the highest numbered unit, which is actually our 1/50th. So they're going to take a step loss. That's the first hit. So now the second one, if it's a 1-step unit, disperse. Otherwise, roll die. If the die is less than or equal to the hold value of attacked hex, or less than or equal to steps in attacking units, apply step loss. If die is greater than both values, disperse them. All right, so what the heck is the hold value? Oh, there's a number there. It's a 3. So I rolled a 4. So it says, if the die is less than or equal to 3 of the attacked hex, or less than or equal to the steps in the attacking units. Well, we have 5 steps in the attacking units here. Yeah, it's less than or equal to the steps. So it's going to disperse the units. And then for the third hit, it's dispersed. So yeah, they're going to take 1 hit and disperse. So we're going to disperse them and them after they take their 1 hit. I'm so sorry, I wasn't showing you. Those 2 guys, it says all attacking units get dispersed. So in order to avoid hits 2 and 3, that 4 is less than the total steps of all the attacking units. That's how I interpreted that. So therefore they got dispersed. Okay. That ends their turn. So now it goes to our turn. We have new cards. So it's just them that's going. So they have one card to draw, and that's it. That's all that's left. Excuse me. Repeat German and Allied impulses until your draw pile and hand are exhausted. Hold on. That's not what I remember from the rules. It was until the Germans exhausted. My hand is exhausted. So... excuse me. That... Sorry, I'm just looking up, when does this day end? The day that never ends. The solo guide that I printed off of Board Game Geek says that it ends when my draw pile and hand are exhausted, the Allied. And I think that's the exact opposite of what I remember reading for the Allied solo game. And I'm tempted to say that this was a copy-paste job from the other player aid, and they forgot to change it. So that's what I'm looking up. All right, so we are in the command phase. It says you may pass instead of playing a command card. Got it? Doing so ends your impulse. If you have no cards, you must pass. After completing command or passing, draw cards from your draw pile to bring your hand up to Allied size. Repeat German and Allied impulses in the command phase until the German draw pile is exhausted. If the German cards are run out during the German impulse, complete the impulse. Then conduct one last Allied impulse to end the day. Even if cards remain in your hand, it's over for you. If German cards ran out during the Allied impulse, you still get to complete the impulse to end the day. The day does not end when your cards are exhausted. So, huge error right here. Repeat German and Allied impulses until your draw pile and hand are exhausted. It's not true, not even in the slightest. Until the German draw pile is exhausted. Period. So, big error there. I think it's because nobody plays the Allied solo game. It's sort of like what everybody says. Everybody does the German one and never gets to this one. Okay, there's one card left. And it is going to be the primary card because it's the only card we drew. And you can see here that they're going to try to activate all their units in the, what is that, 85th? So that's these guys right down here. So let's see what they do. All right. This is where we do the move command. Okay, so why can't I find it? Here we go. No exiting the map, no going to the muse. Okay, so we do have a VP hex here. They cannot move into it, so not happening. Can they cause surround? I'm looking. My answer is no. This one can go here for 1, here for 2, and then here for 3. But see, oh, that does cause surround. So this one would do it. He would go 1, 2, 3, then effectively surround this way. Okay, yeah. Open supply line, move adjacent to an allied VP hex. They can't move in. Move it to an empty town. Can't even do that. All right, can they move adjacent to an allied unit which no bracketed unit is already adjacent? If already the only such unit, movement is complete. Well, there's a lot of them, so follow the movement arrows. They really can't move. I mean, they're stuck. They're next to this unit. They can't go along their arrows. They can't do anything. Can they infiltrate? Unit is eligible if it's in supply and stacked with active non-bracketed units that have not yet moved. Move 1 hex closer to an army objective regardless of allied zone of control. May not infiltrate across a river. So the one that could infiltrate are these guys. One of these units could have moved. Or one of, see, this one can't because that one's bracketed. This is the only one that qualifies. And he could have moved here, but that's over a river, and that's one of the things that he can't do. Now, what's funny is it would have been questionable whether this was actually closer because their VP hex, they're trying to go here. So moving down like this may not necessarily move closer to Bastogne. So everybody's just staying put. Now, it does say that there are superseding rules that if they're across the river, they want to get across the river before they're adjacent to an allied unit. So in other words, they don't want to go up next to an allied unit from across the river like they currently are. Okay, so now we're going to see if they're going to attack. Well, this guy's only got a strength of 2. This is 3. And remember, these are cut in half, so this is 5, 7, 9. That's 12 divided by 2 is 6. 9 to 2. That's 4 to 1 odds. That's an attack, folks. Okay, there is no German card to draw, so they're not going to draw any for the, I'm assuming that's the case. There's no German card left in the draw pile. So they're not going to get a combat tactic. It's just straight up 4 to 1. And if I count, I got 1, 2, 3. I have 4 units. Okay, that's 4 chits. And then there is 1 unit that has 4 pips, so that's going to be a 5th chit. So we're going to draw 5 chits and see what happens. Now, our unit is in a town, which means it's going to absorb 1 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on, one of you fall. 5. And I'm really not looking at them. I know it looks like that I am, but I'm really not. It's my way of trying to draw them quickly. Okay. There is no artillery. Is it greater than 1.5 to 1? It is. Yeah, it is. Only the attacker has combined arms. Actually, the attacker does have combined arms. So, unfortunately for us, that is true. Is it a large attack? No, it is not. Are they in a city or a forest? Nope, it's broken. There we go, broken and clear. Okay, so we cancel a hit because of we're being in a town, but we do take 2 hits. And we retreat twice. Unfortunately, we're surrounded. So by retreating, we're going to take a damage. So this unit's eliminated. Nothing we can do. And they are going to take 2 hits though. So the first hit is a guaranteed step loss. And it's going to be against this 4-step unit. That's per the rules. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's top priority for taking the hit. So then the next step loss is going to be determined by that die roll thing again. So we got to do the hold value and, oops, sorry about this. Sorry about that. All right, I drew an 8. I rolled an 8. So there's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. So everybody's just going to get disrupted. I'm not going to put the disruption markers on there because we're now at the end of the action phase. So we're at the end of the phase. So we move on to the next step of the game. And actually, I was looking in the rulebook and look right there, repeat impulses until the German draw pipe. It's written right here on the back of the rulebook. Okay, end of day. We discard our hand and draw pile, return combat chips to the cut, remove all dispersed markers. That's the reason why I told you I wasn't going to. And then we check detachment markers for removal, which we don't do until detachment markers actually come out. Then we advance the day marker. So let's do first things first. These go back into the cup. The German stuff, the German draw pile, I'm assuming just gets shuffled. There's nothing added to the German cards until day 19. So I'm just shuffling for the Germans. All right, so that's the German pile. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to remove disruption. There's going to be a lot of out of fuel, out of supply going on, unfortunately. Okay, so then for us, so as you can see here, our primary cards are going to go back into the draw pile. These are the supplemental cards that were discarded. Okay, and then we have new cards coming in on day 17. So that's a primary, and that's a supplemental. So it's going to get added to the other pile. Supplemental. And supplemental. Okay, and it's written down here, or it was. Hold on. It's saying 7 primary and 18 supplemental. And it's saying that the first reinforcement doesn't happen until December 19th. So why do I have these cards? 1, 2, 3, I have 4 primary. Oh my gosh, did I do something wrong during setup? I'm using the German command display. That's why. I'm such a punk. All right. So let's see here. Flip this over to the, nope. Here we go. Allied command display. It's the same thing, folks, so it's not like it's the end of the world, except it's got the right reinforcement here. So you can see 1 primary and 3 supplemental was added on the 17th. So, okay, so there's a couple of things we got to look at here. First of all, this German supply unit does not come out, even though it was on the 16th. It comes out when you draw an army group card. And the army group cards were taken out of the pile as part of the initial setup. So we're not going to see army group cards for the first time until the 17th here. And then these units are coming in for us. So you can see here we got another one for the 11th, and another one of those, and then a whole bunch there. Okay. All right, so the FAR is still 3, the Allied supply cards is 5, and our hand size is 5. Okay, that's different. Our hand size was 4 last time. German extended move is being in place, and then German detachments is now added as new rules. So coming back to this, these are those supply cards, or supplemental ones. It has the new ones that were added in. Now remember, these guys that were our discards, they don't get moved over to this pile until after we shuffle these new ones. And we're going to draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 3 of them are not being selected. Those 3 are going to get mixed in with the ones. So those will be available for us next turn. And then we take our primaries that we have, and we're going to shuffle it with our 5. And that makes our draw pile, and then we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the remainder goes in our draw pile. Okay, so here's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we got a lot of 5th Corps again. Not much else. We do get a no command, which later on is powerful with the air power, but in the beginning it's just engineer events. Okay. So I think we have everything we need to start day 17. So there you go. Allied solo game. Played at least one day. It is late. I probably should quit. So welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I will try to do more. Like I said, I have to do a lot of stuff before we leave for our trip, and if I can get that done, then I can record some more. If I can't, then I can't. Am I having fun? The answer is still yes. The rules still annoy me, but I do enjoy it, and it's because it's just overwhelming. But I'm relying on the player aids to tell me what to do. So if it's not in the player aid, as you may have guessed, I don't know what to do. And so that's the part that comes out in the comments. Hey, you forgot about rule section 13.42. And that's the part that even when I read the comments, I'm like, F that. I mean, it drives me nuts. If it's not in the player aid, then why does it exist? So anyways, a good player aid is something you can rely on solely to play the game. And these ones are very good. I mean, they reference sections of the rule book whenever there's more that you need to learn. So anyways, I do like relying on the player aid more than this Board Game Geek guide. Although the Board Game Geek guide sometimes has more detail, which I go back and forth on which one I like more. Anyways, don't mean to ramble. It's just I'm always trying to answer the game. Answer the question, am I having fun? I do have a tendency to complain about things, even if I like what I'm complaining about. This is one of those games. I'll complain about it, but I still like it. So yes, I am having fun. I do want to continue. I don't want to call it a night. I want to see how turn 17 turns out. I want to get to the point where I start getting those giant stacks of reinforcements. So yeah, we're getting ready to start day 17. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me at the table. I will be trying to finish this, as I mentioned. I'm going on a big break. That's intentional. I live in a very cold place, and I'm going to go somewhere very warm with clear beaches and nice ocean sun. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but not that much. And so will I be bringing a game? And my answer is yes. I always bring a game with me when I go to the beach. Do I ever play it? My answer is always no. I always have the best of intentions, and then I never do it. The game that I brought last time, was a coin game, the Revolutionary War coin game, and it was just so much. I couldn't learn it all. So I spent the whole vacation just reading the rules, and I never actually played the game. So I don't know what I'm going to bring this time. I'm torn. I'm either going to bring Centauri Saga, which is a nice, simple game, easy to play, or I might bring Comancheria, which I've never played yet, and it's been on my... I hate owning games I've never played, and that's one of them. But I also may bring Zia, Legend of a Drift System. I do enjoy games like that, and that's also on my unplayed list. So anyways, I'm not leaving for my trip yet. It's just Monday. I don't leave until Friday. So I still got a few more days to possibly get some plays in. So anyways, thank you. Thank you again, and stay awesome. Always stay awesome.